Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Slice Our Shot here, and I'm just gonna start this episode off telling you that I am so technically bad. I don't know the word for it. Um, I just gave up on the multi-species trying to win the Parker bow, and there was 3 other episodes that I had taped before the one that I'm doing now. Well, I had to erase all 3 of those episodes because what I ended up doing was saving separate sound to an MP3 file. And when I'd play the episodes that I record that I was talking through the entire thing, ended up not having any voiceover, no commentary. So I had to erase them, and I have to admit, they were some pretty good episodes too. I really didn't want to let them go, but I had to because there was just no commentary, and I really don't see you guys sitting through an hour-long video with me sometimes walking around, not telling you what I'm doing or my plans or something like that. I feel that you guys like the commentary, and so I had to scrap those 3. So I apologize for those of you watched up while I was doing the competition of the multi-species trying to win the Parker bow and just generally hunting. But I had to get rid of them. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start all over, new thing. Couple good competitions came out. I'm not a competition like junkie or anything to where I'll only play competitions, but there is some that when they do pop up, I'm gonna play them. So, and just what come after that was a nice whitetail watch. I love using tree stands on whitetails, and as a matter of fact, I started this hunt last night, and it was one of the ones that I had to scrap. So let me show you what I did. I ended up killing a 98.2 kilogram highest weight whitetail last night, and I was in first place for the longest time. This guy ended up taking it today. He got a real nice one. But currently I'm in second place, and I will win 50 EM and a trophy if I still take this. He was a nice one. We can go ahead and take a look at him real quick. Real cool situation, like I said. Uh, it was an episode last night. I had a kind of a nice moose coming in with him. He was a nice buck. I drove the arrow down into his vitals. Um, Worked out real well. He didn't go far. He fell, and it was a real nice episode, and I had to scrap it. But past is the past, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna try to kill me a big old moose with a bow. Oh, I forgot to show you. Duh. That was going to be the other one. 9 o'clock moose with a bow. So, oh, it's finished now. Wow, that was fast. Mother moose, harvest the heaviest moose from the ground blind tree stand tripod. Um, let's look at some other ones, see what. Muley bow. I don't know, you guys want to chase some mule deer and shoot a, oh, starts in 22. Harvest as many feral hogs as you can. Their total weight is your entry. So mule deer, let's see, hogs. Oh, we're looking down here. Nope, that's blacktail. Wow, I lost it. Feral hog. Oh, okay. Mule deer, pheasant, feral hog, and coyote. Let's see what they got for coyote. Maybe we'll go there. Mule deer, pheasant, coyote, and whitetail. Oh, we are still in that whitetail competition, so we'll definitely be going here. Let's see what they have for coyote real fast. Mines will get it. Coyote overkill. No, 44 mag. Nope, I'm not gonna be shooting any coyotes with a 44 mag. So we'll just do what we got, and we might as well go in on. I have a tent down here, so let's go in on that. And we're gonna go in kind of late. I don't want to have to deal with too much darkness. Although I do got some luminox. Um, I think I explained in my first video of that 9 o'clock moose was that I ended up getting some in-game points because I waved the white flag on that multi-species. I bought 1,500 in-game points, and I bought some some lighted Aeronox. I'm gonna call them Luminox. Hopefully I don't get trademarked or something for it. I use them personally in real life, and they're great. They're awesome. They look amazing. So I'm gonna call them Luminox because that's one of the brand names. There's a couple different companies that make lighted Aeronox, but I personally like the Luminox. They're brighter, they're more reliable, they stay on more. So, oh, competitions. Just wanted to look at. Can't believe that 9 o'clock moose and finished like that. So, we do have a mother moose, but they're usually, I don't know. I'd rather go hunt a big old mule deer. Let's go hunt a big old mule deer. We'll start at the camp here. And let's start at 8 o'clock. I think we'll still get a lot of action at 8 o'clock. um, to touch on a couple things that I was talking about in the last episode when I tried to do that 9 o'clock moose and I got second place in the whitetail competition was that Protzy has a channel on his YouTube, or a channel. He has a series on his YouTube channel that we're going to try to shoot some hogs with a shotgun here. And it's called Let's Talk About the Hunter. So, and one of the topics in that was people doing a thing called spawn webbing in the competitions. Well, okay, I already got slugs. Let's, if we hit a hog, is buckshot legal for hogs? Let's not, I don't know, I'm gonna have to look at that. Let's not take that chance. Whoa. Is that the side-by-side? That is the side-by-side. I don't want to use the side-by-side. Oh my goodness, I went back to the scopes. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to bring 10 regular arrows. I like to use the Luminox since you go through them so fast on the more mature, the bigger animals. So we don't need moose. We'll bring... Should have already done all this already, folks, but today's been a real long day, so I'm not thinking too clearly tonight. But I'm going to make an episode anyway because I like hunting this game. So we don't need the elk. Don't need the elk urine. Did I buy mule deer urine? I did. I did. I don't need that tree stand. I should go get my ground blind. What don't I need? Oh, don't need that. And okay, I got hog, deer. I got hog scent, moose scent. I need a hog scent. Where's my, oh, duh, right here. Okay. Yep, got that, got that, got that, got that. Okay. Tree stand. We'll try it. It's kind of some open fields around here. Kind of rather have my ground blind, but I don't feel like going to get it. I'm already going in here. Sure would be nice to set your inventory in the in your my page, you know, instead of actually having to set your inventory when you're trying to enter a lodge or whatnot. So let's check out the map real quick. Get a plan of attack. Okay, mines will just hit this tree, this tower here, and maybe work our way up this way. Suppose you could go south, but no, we'll rather work our way down this real foresty edge here, get some big whitetails, maybe a big mule deer around in here or something, and who knows where we'll hear a hog squeal. Probably should have. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the competitions and stuff. That's why I kind of brought you guys in so early. I did find some edit. YouTube has a chance to edit. I just found this today. You can edit your videos, but I have no idea how to use it yet, so I'm still kind of tinkering around with it. I did learn a couple things today, so, but not ready to actually edit my hour-long videos here. You know, deleting those 3 episodes, which were quite lengthy. One was an hour 30, the other one was 51 minutes, and I had one that was 36 minutes. So I tried to do a little bit of, you know, most likely my videos are never going to be under 30 minutes. I hope you guys are okay with that, but it's just kind of like, I don't want to just spawn in and kill an animal and then leave and then spawn in and kill an animal. Because I find myself in a lot of surprising situations sometimes, you know. I'll come around a corner on something, and let's glass a little bit right here. This kind of looks... Oh, we got a hog squeal. Let's see what's that. Female. She's straight ahead. I had a feeling there was something up that way. I don't quite see her yet. But she's, oh yeah, it's combined of all hogs. So I need the combined score of all hogs. I do get a score off female hogs, so we might just shoot her. But I'm not going to go all super stealthy on her and take a long time. If she doesn't run off, you know, if we can stay out of her sight or her wind by the time we get up there, we might just get a shot on her. Probably should have marked her. I didn't mark her. I was wanting to I'm heading over to this tree stand first for sure. See how far we got on that. Okay. Yeah, well, like I was saying, I think I keep cutting myself off and changing subjects. I was saying, oh wow, never mind. Oh, I forget what I've talked about already in those 3 long episodes that I forgot what I talked about, so it's kind of hard for me to think about right now. Every time I think about something to talk about, it was like, have I already said that in my previous episodes, or was that in one that I had to get rid of? So let's just go to the tree stand. I don't know. My brain isn't working very well tonight. Let's just kill some animals. That web spawning, what I was talking about earlier in the competitions, they mentioned something like that. And what that is when people spawn in on tents, like say we just spawned in on the tent that we just came in here, and they would walk about as far out, usually maybe the amount of time that we've already been in here right now, maybe a little bit longer. I've seen people do it, and they'll get a call from like that female hog that we got, but it would be a trophy animal, like right away. So they just, until they get that, I just heard something running away, blabbing my mouth. But I think this is a topic that needs to be addressed. And they'll just keep spawning in on their tents until they get that trophy animal. And they'll win the competition. And I have to admit, I don't know why you would want to win a competition doing something like that. I mean, what kind of... Oh, yeah, you get in-game money. That's right. So that's why people do it. Just like Billy the Crane said in Pratzi's talk series, Let's Talk About the Hunter, he said he wouldn't want to be the developer who had to fix that. And I have to agree with him on that one. That would be pretty hard to combat, you know, as far as stopping it or figuring out a way to get it stopped. And then I've seen people in the forum saying, it's not cheating, you know, anybody can do it. And, you know, I don't know. I actually just saw a competition. I don't even remember what it was. I like to go back into the names and see, you know, a lot of people who come in for 20 minutes at a time on their tent. Now, it looks like I just got done doing that because I have been messing with my audio, trying to get... It's a white-tailed male. Okay, he's over that way. Let's call him. I've been, oh, it's already in there. Trying to, or I actually seen that happen recently. Some guy, if you go back into his previous hunts, I mean, he had like an hour 40, 2 hours, I mean, and all the time, every day, and he was in first place up to 2 hours before the competition ended, and he lost it, and I went into the guy who actually did win it, and he had probably, I think it only lets you view like 24 of his last hunts, and every single one of them was like 20 to 30 minutes long. And it was all spawned in on a tent every single time, back to back. And you could just clearly see that that's exactly what happened to the guy who was putting in his time, like an hour and a half, 2.5 hours, 2 hours of hunting, killed 5, 6, 7 animals, you know, before he got that one that put him in first place. So, comment, you know, in the comments, how do you feel about it? You know, do you believe that, you know, whatever, it's in the game, the developers obviously know about it. They haven't said anything for what I could tell. Alright. And if you excuse me for 1 second, we'll just wait for this buck to come in. I need to run something back to my back bedroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's take a look, see if this buck is on his way yet. Don't worry guys, if I ever have to do that, that definitely will be one of the times that I skip over while I'm editing. But yeah, that buck, don't believe he called while I was gone. I don't know if you ended up watching or fast forward. I'm gonna move in case people fast forwarding it here. Pheasants down there. I don't know where that buck is. Let's give him another call. Should be nice to see a big old whitetail, or a big old mule deer out there too. Pretty open out there. Whoa, that doesn't look good. Does that mean that buck has already been here? Because I clicked on that buck, I believe was the last thing. Is that what that is right there? You guys are probably laughing at me like, yeah, you already passed, dumbass. He did. Holy crap. Where'd he go? He ran off. He ran off, didn't he, guys? Shit. I didn't think I was going that long. Alright, this video is not turning out too well so far. Which, pretty much coincides with my type of day anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We got a pheasant out there. When I pheasant hunt, I think it's pretty cool the way they, you know, made them pheasants hunker down in that tall grass. And to get a really exciting experience on it, try it, guys. You know, if you got the double barrel shotgun, don't sneak up on them. You know, when you get to a point and you just stand up and start walking towards them, they'll hunker down in the grass until you almost step right on them. And, or you turn, if you turn your back to them, they kind of notice that you're not looking at them, and then they'll flush. But at least if you're walking up with your shotgun, I don't have nothing. Oh, if you're walking up with your shotgun and facing them, they will hunker down. They'll get real low to the ground, and they look real cool too. And right when you get on top of them, they'll flush, and it scares the crap out of you sometimes, because you lose sight of them, you know. And it's just kind of like it gives you that little bit of adrenaline feeling if you hunt them like that, instead of like sneaking up on them and then, you know, just pulling out your shotgun while you still got complete view of them. You know, really you just need them out in front of you. Once you get them out in front of them, just walk in on them like this, and then when you know they're around, you'll be looking like this, and then it'll just flush, and then you're like, bam. It's pretty cool. It's just a different way to hunt them, if you haven't already. You can walk right up on pheasants. Alright, well, it doesn't seem like there's anything going on here. So, what do you guys want to do? Cut down here? Let's head over by the water source over here. It is getting a little bit late in the day, and maybe they want to drink of water or something. We'll go up that way. I have a feeling we'll run into a couple nice animals. Yeah, this is that this is that buck trail here. See what, I wonder what he looked like. Oh, he's roaming right to us. Oh, that's the way he came from. Alright. No biggie. We'll click on his tracks anyway, get a little bit of skill points. Let's see what this was. Oh, that was the pheasant. Okay. There, we got 3 red dots there up top. I believe that's where... Here, I'm gonna kind of show you what I'm talking about. Let's get crazy. Try to stick this. Try to stick this pheasant with a bow. I'll waste an arrow on him, why not? He was just right up here on this hillside. There he is, right there. Oh! If I just wouldn't have jerked right there at the end. Why not? Fling an arrow at him. I'd never do that, I mean, as long as I knew there was no other hunters around. I wouldn't make sure my buddy was standing behind me if I knew I was walking up on a pheasant like that. What's that? More pheasant tracks. Oh, coyote. Not really on the hit list, but we won't pass one up if one starts getting rowdy out there. We'll take him. There goes that pheasant again, right there. Think he took off again? He did. Jeez. Look like I seen something over there. In this more open terrain like this, standing upright and walking, better hope them animals aren't looking anywhere towards you, because they'll definitely spot you. I wonder what this female's doing over here. Go down in this ravine so she don't spook off here. Wow, it's getting a little thick up in here, which I expected. That's that darker shade of green, obviously, on the hunter mate. Maybe catch something on the edge of these woods here. Sure would be nice to get a big old muley walking around. More coyotes. Like I said, I got the tree stand, so we're in pretty good condition in here if we see any animals, or hear any. I can pop up the tree stand pretty quick. Little quiet down here. So let me know, have you guys ever stumbled upon an animal that was bedded down? I have only done it one time in this game, and I thought it was a doe, and we were in some really thick woods, and I ended up putting an arrow in her like 10 yards away. I mean, it was amazing. It just felt so cool. But let me know. I want to know if you guys ever come across a bedded animal and ended up getting a shot, not getting a shot, or you know what happened. I know you probably found some beds, but if you ever found a bed, you know, if you ever had an animal lay down, you know, or you just kind of stumbled upon it walking through. I thought it was awesome. I wish I kind of encountered that more often. In order for that to happen, though, I would have to start hunting during midday, and the hunting's pretty tough. Boy, it sure would be nice to get a buck call around here. I'm trying to stay down in these ravines because if you show yourself up here in the open, like over there in them areas, animals they just spot you so fast. walk down here in these ravines and stay low. So I gotta watch it right here, you know. Never know what you walk up on up here. Let's do a little bit of glass, see if we can see something. Okay. Pretty quiet. Let's just throw one of these out there, see if we can't get a response. And then, geez, I do that all the time. I never even check to see what I got in my third slot or fourth slot. Just want to put it right in there. Okay, let's move up. La-di-da, la-di-da. Okay. Some topics here while we're waiting. I'm drawing pretty blank. I'm pretty mellow tonight. My brain has just kind of overloaded the last few days. We had a newborn and just a lot of things going on. So, but I'm just gonna put these videos out there, you know. Ooh, finally. Give me a mail. Oh, it is. Alright, let's do something about it. We're gonna get this pig. We're gonna mark him right now. Right there. Oh, a little bit to the right. Boom. Let's get this pig. Hopefully he's a biggin. This is a shotgunner too. We're gonna have to take him out with a shotgun. Got some more pigs roaming around here. We're gonna use some scent and call them in. Let's get eyes on that water down there though. Okay, we got some whitetail roaming too, so we gotta be careful. Make sure we got a decent tree, because it looks like it really opens up in here. Whoa. She's right behind us. Let's get eyes on this big old male if we can. Hope she's not coming our way because I'm gonna get hit in the back. I did put my first aid up. You guys are probably telling me how dumb I was for that too, which I am. Can't believe this. Did I do anything right today? Whoa. Oh, froze up there for a second. That was weird. Never seen that before. Whoa, I'm doing it again. What? Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty much I'm starting to think I'm a little bit too much of a noob right now to start numbering my episodes. So I think I'm just gonna start bringing you guys, some, cool hunts. If I'm in the competition, you guys will see that in game. You know, if when I stick something, or I might say something at the beginning, you know, I'm in this competition or whatever, not really gonna do episodes, just gonna pretty much have the description, whether what I'm hunting, you know, things of that nature, because I didn't realize that with my busy life and schedule that remembering which one that it's down there in the water, it looks like. Okay, we're gonna move around on the right on him. My busy schedule, I'm doing like right now. I'm all excited for capturing videos and everything. So I'm really trying to push some videos out because I'm really into this game right now. I'm excited that Parker Bow's coming out and all that stuff. So I'm really like recording, and it seems like I'm starting to run out of things to talk about, or I'm not really sure what I've already talked about in the videos that I've had to erase. Where is he at? He's probably still down there a little bit. Let's call him. I didn't want to call up there on the hill because I didn't want that female to come in from behind me and kill me, since I left my first aid back there. But to kind of finish what I was talking about. Ooh, he called back right away. Finish what I was talking about. Let's go ahead and crouch down. How many times am I going to say, let me finish what I'm talking about, and then totally interrupt myself again? To finish what I was talking about was, I just can't keep up with what episode's what. I started off with an intro, just kind of introducing myself a little bit, and then I was like, episode 2, but then I was in the video going, this is episode 3. So people were probably like, what is this guy talking about? Like you are right now. But here we go. Let's kill this pig. This is not a good episode whatsoever. Give him another call, see if he'll respond again. I hope I'm still in second place on it. I would love to win that trophy on that whitetail. Even though it's not like the biggest rat competition, you know, it's the heaviest weight. I would just love to have a trophy you know, a whitetail trophy would be pretty nice. Cause boy, I mean, I've killed some dandies and stuff. I've been in first place a couple times and just didn't pull it off towards the end of the competition. Somebody, you know, knocked me off one time, I believe. It was like that day, I can't, whoa, okay. We need to look, see how big he is. But we're gonna, ooh, he's got some nice tusks. He's gonna get mad. We are elevated on him though, so. Let's go ahead and. Did I just miss him? Try to keep eyes on him. Did I miss him? Whitetail. Male. Did that say new? Okay, he's up that way. Oh, nope. I got him pretty good. Body. He looked like he went back. He tried to go up. Didn't work out too well for him. Whoa. Is this when he was coming up? If he's hurt... Oh, wow. Yeah, he could kill me pretty quick. Yeah, this is where he was down in the water when he made that call earlier. Alright, now I got something to do here. We're gonna get him, and we're gonna call this buck. Okay, yeah, I remember this pig went over here and then ran left. Let's try to pick up his trail real quick and then set up on these whitetails. Yeah, there, he tried to run up right there. He might be dead right there. Did he make it? I believe he went back down though, if my eyes didn't deceive him. Let's try to get a little higher, put some eyes on these whitetails over here. Plus we can check, yeah, oh, that might be his trail right there. If it is, we're definitely going to set up on these whitetails right here, so we just know where this track is at, if I don't get busted by these whitetails coming up this far. Nope, that's not his trail. Man, I was really hoping that was his trail. If I don't see it right up here, I'm gonna know that he did go back down. Well, if this pig's hurt and I come up on him, he's still... Is there 2 bucks? Or am I just thinking that this guy's calling too much? Yeah, he's pretty small. Yeah, he's pretty small. Yeah, he's nothing more like, he's probably just like a 6-pointer or something. Not very big at all. So I'm gonna just, okay. Let's check this. I'm gonna check this one over here. If it's not that pig, I'm thinking he went downhill like I thought in general in the first place, but I was gonna follow his line first. That's a new trail, so he went down. Tried to go up and then turned around and went back down. Wish I could rewind the video right now to look. That would be a nice feature. So we're gonna go check. Wonder how long it takes for that buck to bust it. He's right there. That's the white tail. Doesn't look like this much buck. He's looking at us, folks. He's like, what is that walking around over there? He's gonna go. That just goes to show you, when you're in the open, boy, they really know where you're at. So watch it. I don't care. He's more concerned with finding this body-shotted pig. Yep, he went this way. Wow, he did go a distance. I got broken line pretty far out, even across the road, so... Why did he make two? Oh, that's the one coming in. This is the blood. It looks like he's bleeding pretty good. He did make it pretty far. I might have to put another one in this guy. See, I'm not even hunting very good tonight. Whoa, that ain't what I'm looking for. He ran right, or... Oh, yep, he went right. Went right over this way. Did a pretty nice turn right there. I'm not clicking on that though. See, he's doing some pretty good zigzagging up here. This is what I was not sure if you guys heard me talk about pigs hitting them in you hit them in a bad spot, they tend to be able to move. And you guys probably already know that it is a little bit easier following them now because they have added a patch saying, wow, is that a different rediscovered previous? I thought this was the pig that I shot, right? Yeah. Let's just click on this guy to see if I got 3 on. That's probably the female here. Yeah, that's only 2. Okay. Alright. We don't want to get these 2 tracks mixed up right here. Next thing you know, I'll be following the female that I didn't even shoot. And that would be a disaster, because I'd be going, what's going on? I think he might be right here. Please tell me he's right here. No, he's still going. Yep, he's still going. I must have just skinned over his back. Wow, I can't believe I made that bad shot. This is why I don't like them quartering 2 shots. I always like them quartering away shots, if I can help it. I didn't realize that he was going to be coming right at me at that moment, or I would have went a little bit more up. Got above him a little bit more. Finally, he bled again a little bit. He's not bleeding often. Oh, here he is. Nice camouflage job. Shoulder blade, yeah. 553. New result, which gives you position 118. Wow, okay, where did this guy drag us? Pull out the binos here. Where are all the mule deer? Well, I thought I was in mule deer country. All I've heard is whitetails. I mean, we are in more of the brushy area, but still. More whitetails. Well, this is whitetail country around here. Figured I'd have heard something from a mule deer by now. The pig competition is with the shotgun. I just got done saying that before I shot that pig with a bow. Oh my. Wow. I have lost my marbles, folks. I am zombie-like tonight. You know what? Who cares? We're hunting and killing animals. I think we'll get a little more action right up here around this bend. We'll hit up this tree stand here. Yeah, so far I've been pretty successful at rambling, just not doing things that I'm actually talking about. And what was that? Is that a mushroom? Oh, I hate them little bastards. They'll ding one time, it seems like. What the hell was that? Alright, whatever. It's not gonna show up again. You guys are probably looking at it going, it's right there, dumbass. Oh my god, I hate your guts. Yeah, I'm so out of it. I don't think they should give me a weapon in my hand in this game, even in this game right now. Let's see what we got over here. Sure, like to level my mule deer skill up because I love what they did with the true rags to mule deer. I mean, they look just so much more accurate and just more beautiful now. A big old muley with his big... Whoa, folks, I hear something. Was it me on this? Yeah, it might have been me. But yeah, they do. They just look absolutely beautiful. Now tell me something. As beautiful as this terrain is right here, with this most wonderful bass and northern pond, how awesome would it be to be able to go down there and cast a pole in that water and catch a largemouth bass or, you know, something like that. I don't really know. Jeez, that stupid bug. I don't really know what kind of fish, because I know a lot of people from separate countries and stuff like that, you know, play this game. But in my country, largemouth bass is the moneymaker in these states. So I would just love to go down and cast a pole. Or maybe, oops, what am I doing? Go down and maybe put a ground blind, a duck blind, and what kind of decoy spread you could put out there and get some Canada geese. I know I heard that. Call some Canada geese in, some nice mallards, you know, some greenheads, some pintail ducks, and things of that nature. I mean, that would just be awesome. I mean, it really would to me. I think that's me. I like seeing stuff. But they could just do so, I mean, if they just keep going with this game and them kind of nature, because I have seen people in the forums talking about, yeah, duck hunting. They want to see waterfowl. They want to see waterfowl real bad. Waterfowl, small game, and I think it would be so awesome if you could purchase a dog, like a yellow Labrador, you know, a black lab for your duck hunting, you know, so you don't have to go out in the water and retrieve your ducks. The dog goes out on command. You push a button and the dog goes out and retrieves your ducks for you. And then they would have other different types of dogs like English settlers, flushing dogs, pointers, things like that of that nature to do your pheasant hunting. They could put in coveys of quail, same type of quail are in like wooded areas and things like that, with high grassy wooded areas and things, which would be pretty awesome. Go in there with a co-op buddy, if they integrated co-op into this game. I mean, that is the only type of stuff to me that they could improve on in this game. And I just think that would be such an excellent job. Come over here. I mean, look, they got the lily pads to be able to bounce a frog across the top of the lily pads and watch them bass smash at it, and then reel them in and catch them. I mean, how cool would that be? Or, build a nice duck blind right here on the edge of the water and call ducks in, that could be, coming in from certain areas. You just call them in and you and a buddy or something co-op could just pull your gun out and start blasting at them. I mean, that would just be amazing to me. It really would. I would be... You'd never see me get off this game. But in due time, hopefully, because they pretty much got a lot of stuff nailed down. And if they just keep building on it, instead of worrying about a whole new different type of game, like an African one, which, don't get me wrong, I definitely eventually would love to see an African hunting the hunter, in Africa. I mean, that is going to be amazing when the time comes. I just would really like to see them integrating some cooler stuff in here, the game that they already have built, and just get me some ducks. I mean, because think about the money, the revenue they'd be able to make off that. You'd have to buy, some decoy spreads, if it's Canada goose, or if it's, mallards, pintail decoys. Your dogs, you would have to purchase your dog, because if you wanted to be a douche and shot your dog playing around or whatever, you'd have to buy another dog. That's kind of where it gets tricky with the co-op. Co-op would only work as if you were able to invite a friend that you can know and trust. Like if I invited Protzy, he's one of you guys probably know his channel. If you're watching mine, I'm sure you know his. And if I invited him to go do some duck hunting or some pheasant hunting or some quail hunting with me, or even some elk hunting, and all the species or whatnot, that's the type of person that I would trust to go in there and not kill my dog. If he killed my dog, dogs cost, 500 in-game points. And if you killed your own dog, you're just costing yourself money, is what I'm kind of talking about. So, let me know if you guys think that's a good idea. If you've stuck with me on this sorry episode, I like to bring up topics like that. Yeah, it would definitely be co-op. I would love, please see that. I would love to make some videos with Billy the Cran and Protzy and some of you other guys out there that I've watched your videos. Those guys kind of stick out to me because of their commentary. There's another guy, Aussie Big Game, that Protzy had an interview with in his YouTube series called Let's Talk About the Hunter. And they had really good conversations, ideas where they'd like to see the game go and things like that, and just talked about it. It was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. Boy, we should. Been doing a lot of walking. Only heard that little buck back there. He's the only one that's been saying anything or whatnot. This is big country around here. Rolling hills, sometimes rocky. Now that would be a nice buck. That up there, those trees right there with the tree stand, would be a nice buck ambush if I actually got a nice one to give me a call around here or spot one. But my main objective right now is to make it to that tree stand. There usually is more activity around the already pre-existing tree stands in the game. So, you know, for that could be a tip for the newcomers in the game. If you want to limit your mistakes in this game, the best thing you could do to start off, I think, is to go to the pre-built towers instead of trying to kind of set up on animals. The pheasant. Instead of trying to set up on animals with tree stands and whatnot right off the bat, you know, get a feel for the game, in my opinion, before you kind of start doing a little more advanced things. Yeah, now I got my mindset on co-op and duck hunting, Canada geese. You know, I would just wow. It would just blow my mind if they integrated stuff like that into this game. And I don't want to talk about it before I actually do an elk hunt, but just so you guys kind of knew what I was talking about earlier about co-op would be so beneficial in elk hunting, because actually what they really do in real life, which is a good strategy, it's not exclusive or anything, but a good strategy is have your partner, you'll hear a big bull bellow out, and you have your partner go in behind you about 50 yards, and you kind of tuck yourself into a ground blind or even in some thick, nice vegetation, and you know which way the bull's coming from, but your partner sits back and does the calling, and you can set off to the side, and that way you don't have to worry about the animal coming straight in on you. Your partner will be behind you and maybe to the left about 20 yards. So what that elk does is he focuses on that call going to your partner. And you guys could take turns like that. And I'm talking with my hands instead of walking. But you do a partner thing like that, and then somebody puts an arrow in that elk's side, and then when that elk takes off, there's a chance that your partner's gonna see him run by and have an arrow sticking out of him, which would be pretty darn cool, you know. And all of a sudden, you know, maybe even crash somewhere around your partner. I mean, how exciting would that be? Wow. I mean, there's just no limit to what these guys have started to accomplish with this game. I mean, it would be the most amazing thing, you and your buddy busting. Whoa, I think I just spooked something. You and your buddy busting out of some ground blind, or a duck blind, and start blasting ducks out of the air at 6 in the morning, or laying down in a cornfield. You know, you could do that. Have a blind somewhere in the cornfield and watch them Canada geese just flying B. You know, coming over top and coming in for the landing and stuff. And right before they get to you, you just sit up and just start blasting Canada goose out of the air, you know, with your shotgun. Nice 10 gauge shotgun. They could even add a 10 gauge shotgun, you know. Let's glass this field, make sure we ain't gonna scare nothing off too big. I'm gonna get over here and there's gonna be absolutely nothing. I have to admit, folks, this isn't one of my favorite places to hunt. It's just kind of, it's too open for me. And I mean even in general, um, like this lodge or this lodge, I have had a lot of success down here in the point, but wow, I mean it's a walk. It's you know the walk that we've already took now, and I was expecting a lot more action up here. So it looks like I'm almost going on an hour, and this is gonna be so boring for people to watch. I'm actually gonna probably put in the comments, um, only watch this if you're playing the hunter, and you kind of put me in as the just some background conversation type talk. Even though I do a lot of mumbo jumbo and stuff in this episode too, because my brain just is overworked having a new baby and stuff like that lately. So I have to admit, I've not fully there. Getting kind of miscellaneous sleeps in between. I haven't laid down and slept 6, 7, 8 hours in straight, probably in over a week. It's always been 2, 3 hours a night, and then get up for 6 hours, and then take another 2, 3 hour nap type of situation. So my brain's kind of on overload, but I thought I'd bring you guys along on this anyway, just to see what would happen, and explain to you what happened with the other 3 episodes that I was going to load up. So now pretty much my stuff is not going to make any sense, and now you know why I didn't finish the multi-species. But, oh, it's a pheasant taking off. I do have the money for the Parker bow sitting in my my account. So as long as it's not over $10, it better not be over $10. But as long as it's not over $10, I will definitely have the Parker bow when it launches, and I'll bring you guys a video right away. Whoa! Look at that pheasant right there. I could have grabbed him out of the air. But we'll do a little bit of calling, see if we can't get something to answer before I end this episode. Protzy, if you do watch this episode, don't you dare say this was a good episode. I mean, it was a pretty good topic on where what I'd like to see the hunter do, but as far as like footage, this was some crappy footage. There's no doubt about that. We need to I need to start up another episode before it gets too late, and I'm probably gonna come in the next episode. I'm not gonna start the camera until I see some action. Is that another pheasant out there? Oh, we just got pheasants everywhere. Yeah, that's a pheasant. That's a male. Well, if we were in a pheasant competition. Yeah, I was just planning to buy the I don't even have the recurve bow. Can you believe that, guys? I think I'd be pretty good with the recurve, and now the Parker bow's coming out, and it's like, ooh. I know that was just a pheasant. I'll call it there. I'm pretty sure. That looks like a pig right there. It's probably just a tree stump, though. Yep. Okay. I know there's pigs around here. Oh, I'd like to kill something to end this. I'm not seeing anything. I also came to the conclusion that there's only going to be one way I can actually listen to my game through my headset and be able to talk to you guys at the same time. Right now, currently, I have to have the sound coming out of my TV in order for my capture card to hear the sound or record the sound and just speak through a microphone through my headset. So I'm most of the time I'm trying to hear what's coming out of the TV when I got ear muffs on, pretty much. So sometimes I miss some pretty critical calls, or I don't miss them. I just don't really hear exactly where they're coming from and whatnot. So gets a little difficult. I need audio jacks or something to go from my PC to my capture card in order for me to be able to listen to the game through my headset and for my capture card to recognize it, if that makes sense. I don't even really know, to be honest with you. I need a tech guy. I am the worst at PCs. I mean, I can kind of figure stuff out if I mess with it for like 2 hours straight. But, wow, I'm bad. And Prati, oh wow, what a guy. He said he's gonna help me out with my avatar on my YouTube channel too. I don't even have an avatar picture or anything on there because I'm so tech dumb on how to do stuff. And while I got him, while he's talking to me, I'm gonna try to don't tell him yet, but I'm gonna try to get him to help me with some kind of editing so you guys don't have to come through this miserable stuff. You know what? Just the end of the episode. Don't think I'm gonna hit this bird, but we're gonna go for a long shot on this bird. Hit or not, we're ending it. Oh, she's down. Not bad. I am so glad I hit that pheasant. Unbelievable. If I would have whipped that pheasant, that would have just been the cherry on top for my, this whole hunt. Wow, how ridiculous. Okay, wow, she's way out here. Nice. Oh, I'm gonna bring out the, I didn't even range that bird either. I just kind of winged it, too. That was pretty good. If I do say so myself. Let's see where we got her. Oh, we got her solid. I mean, that's upper. Might be heart, baby. Let's bring out the rangefinder real quick before we end this, guys. If you guys are curious, this is the only thing I'm gonna do. If you guys are curious on how far that shot was. Nice. About 46 yards. 46 yards, not bad. Little pheasant. Without even a range. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.